Yo guys, it's Dylan with Double Shots, and today we're going to be doing another top 10 video, which the last top 10 video we did was top 10 most wins in the 2021 MLB season by one team, but now we're going to go on the opposite side and do top 10 most losses in the 2021 MLB season by one team. Now before we go any further, this is based off of my stats and my own opinion. I am not trying to be biased about this. And we're going to start off with number 10. We have the Colorado Rockies. 87 losses, 75 wins, and their final placement was 4th place. Now, before the 2021 season, they lost Nolan Arenado, which he went to the Cardinals. And during the 2021 season, they didn't have a 30 home run hitter, but they were close, though. And that was C.J. Cron. He had 28 home runs, which that isn't too bad. But by the end of the season, Trevor Story became a free agent. But they get a power bat back, which that's Chris Bryant. He signed a 7-year deal with the Rockies. Going on with number 9, we have the Kansas City Royals. 88 losses, 74 wins, and they finished in 4th place. Now, they actually made some, improvements. Because for the first time since 2017, they didn't lose 100 games. Which, that's good. I'm not going to count 2020 because 2020 was a shortened season. They signed Carlos Santana, they signed Michael A. Taylor, Andrew Benintendi, and Salvador Perez went off and he hit 48 home runs, almost 50 home runs. That's the most by a catcher, too. And during the offseason, yesterday, they actually reunited with Zach Greinke. So the question is, will that make the Royals a little bit better? Or will they be the same old Royals and still be a losing team? Alright, number 8, we have the Minnesota Twins. 89 losses, 73 wins, and they finished in 5th place. Now in 2020, they were a first place team, and they won the division for back-to-back years, but they got swept in the playoffs again, this time by the Astros in the wild card series, because the wild card was expanded in 2020 again, because of the shortened season and COVID. So they went from first place in 2020 to last place in 2021. And also they haven't won a playoff game, by the way, since 2004. It's been a long time since they won a playoff game. Number 7, we have the Chicago Cubs. 91 losses, 71 wins, and they finished in 4th place. Congratulations, Cubs. For the first time since 2014, you are a 4th place team because you gave up Anthony Rizzo, Javier Baez, Chris Bryant, Jock Peterson. If you would have not given up those guys, all of those guys, you would be more competitive. You probably would have been a postseason team. Number 6, Miami Marlins. 95 losses, 67 wins, and they were a 4th place team. Now, just like with the Twins, they were a playoff team. They didn't win the division. They were a playoff team in 2020, but they lost to the Braves in the NLDS. They swept the Cubs in the 2020 wild card series. But before the 2021 season, they signed Adam Duvall and they re-signed Starlin Marte for an additional year. But unfortunately, during trade deadline, both players went opposite directions. Starlin Marte went to the Oakland Athletics, and and Adam Duvall reunited with the Braves, which the Braves would go on and win a World Series. And unfortunately, the Marlins finished in 4th place. Number 5, we have the Washington Nationals. 97 losses, 65 wins, and they finished in 5th place. Now, some players that the Nationals lost, some big key players that they lost, was Max Scherzer and Trey Turner. Both of them went to the Dodgers. John Lester went to the Cardinals, which he would get his 300th win. Michael A. Taylor went to the Royals. That was before the 2021 season started. Kyle Schwarber, he went to the Red Sox. And by the end of this season, Ryan Zimmerman called it quits for his career. And if all those players would have not left, they would be like right in the middle between the most wins and the most losses. They would be right in the middle. Alright, number 4, we have the Pittsburgh Pirates. 101 losses, 61 wins, and they finished in 5th place. Now after finishing in 4th place or 5th place since 2018, they finally get a taste of 100 plus losses. Number 3, we have the Texas Rangers. 102 losses, 60 wins, and they finished in 5th place. Now, in April of the 2021 regular season, they got no hit by the San Diego Padres, but after being hit by a 102 loss season, they signed 2 big power bats before the lockout. Actually, Corey Seager, in the 2020 playoffs, he went off and he hit 8 home runs in the postseason, and Marcus Semien, he hit 45 home runs in the 2021 regular season with the Blue Jays. Number 2, and now number 2 and 1, this is a spot where I could switch both of these teams. Just hear me out on this. Number 2, we have the Diamondbacks. 101 losses, 52 wins, and they finished in 5th place. Now, the Arizona Diamondbacks, they didn't really produce lots of offense. Eduardo Escobar, he only hit 65 RBIs, but then by trade deadline, he went to the Brewers. But for a player that stayed as a Diamondback, it was David Peralta. David Peralta only had 63 RBIs. And in home runs, Eduardo Escobar only hit 22. They didn't even have a player that hit 25 home runs. The rest, for the Diamondback players that stayed as a Diamondback throughout the whole entire 2021 regular season, they didn't even have a player that hit 15 or more home runs. Madison Bumgarner was their best pitcher, which he threw a 7-inning no-hitter during a doubleheader versus the Atlanta Braves. And they got crushed by the Dodgers in the second to last game before the All-Star break. They got crushed 22-1. And number 1, we have the Baltimore Orioles. 110 losses, 52 wins, and they finished in 5th place. Now, they've been trash since 2018. In 2018, they lost 115 games. They lost another 108 in 2019. Again, I'm not going to count 2020 because of COVID. But they picked back up where they left off from 2019 into 2021, which they lost 110 games. And also the thing about it is they pulled more offense than the Diamondbacks. Ryan Mountcastle, he was the leader in home runs. He hit 33 home runs. Kedrick Mullins, he hit 175 hits this year. That's pretty good. They actually had 3 players. I believe Mountcastle was one of them. They had 3 players that had over 140 hits. 2 of them which had over 150 hits. And they didn't have a player with 100 RBIs, but Mountcastle was actually one short of 90 RBIs. So you see, they actually put more offense than what the Diamondbacks did. So again, this could be a spot where I could, switch both of these teams. And that will conclude for today's video. Again, if you guys like our content, smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, comment if you want to see something else. If you guys want to see top 10 most wins in the 2021 regular season by one team, I suggest you should watch this video right there. And until then, I will see you guys next time. Peace out.